You'll have to bear with me. Windows updates strike again, and this time, it's my ear holes that are not getting sound. So the question is, why not? Show all devices. It's not picking up my headset at all. Which is slightly irritating of it. As it has reliably worked today. Not connected, not connected. Didn't work. Well, cheers for that. Any particular reason why not? I do love it when stuff just kind of goes, no, or why not? Is there any particular reason? I mean, I can't even tell if they're on because of course it won't connect. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Fine. We'll remove that, and you're now going to tell me you can't, because you're dumb. Yeah, move failed. Why? How did it not? Ever work properly after a fucking update? I do apologise, people.
Thank you for the 2 long months of subscribing, Apocalypse Bailey.
Thanks, Bailey. Because it's not diverting to my ear holes. For no good reason. Bear with me while I do something to rectify that. I don't know what's wrong with it. Because for some reason my lovely earphones have stopped working. Let me grab these perhaps.
Apocalypse Bailey said, Windows update.
Yep, you guessed it. Windows update. Absolutely. And for some reason it seems to have shagged my Bluetooth stuff. See if I can connect some earphones. Hang on. These work. I hate doing this. Connect. No, they didn't work either. Oh, well, of course, you want to try the ones that I don't have no more, don't you? So basically it'll connect to the things that I kind of threw away because they were shit. But not the ones that I actually want to use. Well, aren't you amazingly poop? So I turn these on. See if these work. What the fuck is wrong with that shit? So it'll connect to...
Apocalypse Bailey said, an update not so long ago, it completely denied all knowledge of my headphones. Took forever to fix it.
That's kind of where I'm at. It doesn't help, of course, that it's not going error 23 or anything. It's just going, no, that did not work. That does not suit me. I do not like that. Let's see if these will work then. Go back to the original ones. They've got some power, so might do. Yeah. See, that works. They say they work. So basically, the shittest ones work, but the decent ones don't. And won't remove because it says it fails to remove it for insert unknown reasons. Bailey, why is it never simple? Why does stuff not work? I mean, I've got beautiful, lovely earphones that are worth quite a bit of money, and suddenly now don't work for no apparent reason other than they're not working. Because Windows says can't be asked. I've got a pair of work headphones that I could use. Two, in fact. And it says no, can't be asked. But the really cheap ear things that I got rid of because, well, they were shit. They work. So Bluetooth is working. If you knocked something out of my computer then, dog. The reason I say that is because my computer's got two kinds of Bluetooth. One's built in and one's additional, shall we call it. And I'm wondering, because they might have been through the additional, have the dogs knocked a cable out? Because that would explain a lot. Hang on. Because if it's looking for the old Bluetooth thing and can't find it, hang on. No, that's definitely still connected. I don't know if that's connected. So these are through the external one. Oh, Bailey. Why is it so much hard work? Yeah, 2 out of 4 don't work. For no other reason. Well, that's why I got an external one, because I basically had the same deal. I mean, when I bought this PC, I need to point out it was the best part of £4,000, and the Bluetooth on it was a bit pants. So I bought an external Bluetooth thing, and it was very reliable. Till today. Because it was fine yesterday, but you're right, I did a Windows update It's the fucking Windows Update. Now, I also ought to point out the Windows Update spent a lot of time going, I failed because screw you. So I guess in fixing that, I unfixed this, would be the obvious answer. So let me try good old device manager. Oh, I see. Interesting. I'm wondering if the other ones, because it's saying here my Intel wireless Bluetooth properties aren't working. I wonder if somehow the others were through the internal one, and that's why they're not working then. View hidden devices. So uninstall that. Uninstall that. Uninstall that. So let's come out of that. Back into that. Actually, I want that. It didn't work. Make sure your senses. Why do you have to be able to discover it to remove it, dude? Again then. There we go. Right. Bailey, my dear friend, speak to me. For I think I have fixed it. And now I need sounds. Pretty confident I fixed it. It's still doing a slight delay thing, I think, but there we go. For those who were around yesterday, you all may recall that I had to take a bit of a time out yesterday to phone up Amazon. Because, well, my very expensive pile of crap that was due to arrive. They've misdelivered my parcel again today. But yeah, this time they had the good sense to take the photo of somebody else's front door. So I phoned up Amazon again and did the, "Oi, assholes, that's not my door." "Oh, well, as that's not your door, we'll refund you." "Yeah, you couldn't do that to the expensive shit, could you?" My doorbell is about to go, however, so bear with me one moment while my doorbell goes, because my lovely neighbour is going to drop it round. But yeah, so I'm sure there'll be a brief conversation with them over the lack of ability to put shit through the right door, because it really isn't hard. 2 days in a row though. Sorry about that. My parcel has now arrived, which is, I would say, highly exciting. But a packet of tweezers is not exactly the most exciting thing. Yes, dogs, you can have the cardboard if you really, really desperately want it. Here you go. You can have the cardboard if you want. Yes, I do apologise. But yeah, inevitably it was the, how have they got it wrong twice in one day, or twice in 1 week? So yes, I now have a fancy set of tweezers. Let me show you. So, fancy set of tweezers. The idea being to pick up smaller, tiny bits of thread. I thought I would get some tweezers because it could help with making some. If you end up with it snapping and you get like a centimetre, I can grab the end of the thing with a pair of tweezers. So that's what that was all about. And I'm glad that they've come because, Amazon refunded them, so I'm not going to argue and I'm not going to phone them back and go, please, please, take my money again. No, you idiots lost 300 quid's worth of shit so far. So I feel slightly vindicated in that the nearly 13 quid's worth of tweezers is now mine. Dogs have knocked the table. There we go. So I'm not expecting to get down to this motif today. That is definitely probably out of question for today because, I've just realised my fan's not on. Alexa, fan on. Thank you, Alexa. Here we go. Right. Let's get down to business. So, hopefully you've all had a far more interesting day than I did. Which wouldn't have taken much, to be honest. But you've gone baggy, so let's tighten you slightly. And so over you. Like that. If you're twisted it up, you need so I was just checking I had the same amount. So the spine finally do some lace making, and I just saw you come undone because you were annoying. And we have to shorten you because you're a bit short. And you're a bit short. Sweet. So yes, it's I don't know what I mean. As my neighbour said, it's kind of like to get too wrong in. I don't know whether it's as you said, is it the same guy? Or, is he a little bit short of a hamper, or what? Because it just does seem kind of slightly weird that suddenly, because I've lived here must be nearly 6 years now. And I don't think I've ever had... I have had them deliver somewhere else before. It's not that they've never delivered somewhere else. But... I've never had it this bad. They've never kind of gotten into a habit kind of thing of getting it wrong. It was they dropped off, kind of saw the first house in the road and went, that'll do, dump, and fled, right? So it's not so much that it was very clear that they just kind of got to the road and went, that'll do, and kind of chucked it out and left. So that's a little different, but you know, to say you've handed it to the resident, to say that you've delivered it, and well, pitch didn't match my house. And as I said, you know, I'm hardly going to go wandering around all the streets going, excuse me, have you got my parcel? And, you know, to be honest, my neighbour shouldn't have to bring me my parcel. I paid Amazon to do that. And, you know, as Sugar Bear and I were discussing yesterday, Amazon Prime is not really the deal it used to be. You know, back in the days of yore, you had separate for video and delivery was like 30 quid. And that was, you know, guaranteed next day. Well, Prime isn't next day anymore. Prime is more free delivery when we can be bothered. The number of times I've ordered something because it says buy now, get tomorrow, and well, tomorrow, and then by the time it's processed to buy now, oh, mysteriously it'll be 3 days' time. Or worse, or longer. And there is a little bit of you that kind of goes, and then at one point it was for unlimited free next day deliveries, irrelevant of the cost. So even if items were under 20 quid, it was still free delivery. Whereas now, if it's under 20 quid, no. And it's that whole kind of, well, you know, you still demand the money like we're getting the service, but we're not getting the service we were for the money. We're getting now, well, as a guy at work once pointed out, if you don't pay Amazon Prime, most things over 20 quid are free delivery anyway. So think about that. You're paying for Amazon Prime, that you get free delivery for stuff over 20 quid, but you get stuff over 20 quid anyway. So what are you paying for? Now, there are some places that can have same day delivery. We are not one of them. I know that it depends where you live and all the rest of it, but we're not one of them. Heck, I can't even reliably get next day delivery. It wouldn't surprise me. What is it? It's Monday today, so pick a random thing. There you go. Okay, so currently, so here you go. As an example, laptop stand, free delivery for tomorrow. Some shitty docking station, Prime, delivery Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's not tomorrow. Prime delivery on whatever the fuck that is, Saturday. Well, again, that's not tomorrow. So Prime delivery is just free delivery. It's not guaranteed one day. Now, some of them do say free one day, some just say free delivery. But when you search for Prime items, go on, I dare you to find some stuff. Yeah, free same day. I'm sorry, we haven't got nothing on Amazon for the same day. Admittedly, it's late in the evening, but you know. It does become a little bit frustrating when, irrelevant of what you're doing and how you're doing it, they're not kind of matching up to their end of the bargain. And as I said, for the parcel from yesterday, total contents, admittedly it was like 3 boxes or something, but total contents, was some in the region of about £300. And right here, right now, they do not know where that parcel is. They know that dude says he delivered it. I've just found out partly what my neighbour does. He was the one I didn't know entirely what they did. I think I know who he is now, so let's go with that. But, sorry, I think I've seen his business on... Anyway, but he ships like 500 parcels a day. Apparently people like... it's not DFL. Anyway, DHS, whatever it is. They're not collecting proof of delivery anymore. And as he says, well, so when the company swears blind they never got it, and you're telling us they have, oh, well, we asked the driver. And they're going to remember? Dude, if they can't remember to match the number with the thing on the thing in their hand, they're not going to remember it. 2 days later when you ask them, hey, where's the parcel gone, are they? You just can't fucking make it up. So, hoping you're all okay though, and that you've had a better day than I have, because not that it takes too much, but I like to think that people don't have the same crappy day I do. You're all too short. All too short. Oops, sorry. I rubbed my eye, moved my arm, whacked the camera. Didn't mean to do that. Bad me. saw you. I thought you'd come under. Thought you. Hang on. For one horrible moment then, I thought his first ship was drinking out of the toilet from the noise being made. How did you make that much noise drinking out your water bottle? How did you do that? Try not to sound cross. How did you do that? Mr. Paws, how did you do that? Because I was getting my smacking hand ready. I was it. You thought so too. That's why you didn't come, isn't it? Little miss. Hello. Hello. I do know. I do. I do. Hello, little miss. What's the matter? What's the matter, licky face? What's the matter? Sorry, dog moment. Dog moment. Oh, what's the matter? I watched some strange videos last night, dogs. I watched how they remove cataracts. Not because I've got them, but I know 2 people who've had them. And I was curious, because I'm really squeamish about eyeballs. And when I mean squeamish, I mean hella squeamish. And watching them remove cataracts really was quite weird. Because they make it look so easy. They really, really do. Because if you think of like an eyeball, like a dinner plate, they make a little hole and they make another little hole. They put a thing in and another little thing in it. And then they kind of pull apart the cataract into little chunks. And one of the things they put in is obviously some form of suctiony thing, right? Move this forward a little bit. There you go. And the suctiony thing, once it's all broken up, sucks out the bits. Fair enough. Well, now obviously we are talking tiny things, because obviously, you know, on the screen, you know, your eyeball looks kind of like this big, which, as we know, the iris is not that big. I mean, it's bigger, but it's not, you know, dinner plate size. And so obviously the chunks they're breaking it up into are really quite tiny. But it's the fact that they make like a trench down the middle, and then kind of like, so they dug in so they can then kind of bury underneath to split apart the sides. And the guy who was on YouTube doing it was kind of moaning about the, you know, oh, well, you know, it's not broken up very well, and, you know, we may have to convert it to some acronym that I have no idea what it means. And you're kind of going, well, I'm pretty sure one patient wasn't being cooperative because her eye was still moving. And I'm thinking, well, that's what comes when you do it, because you do them when the patient is awake. Now, admittedly, they can't really see out of that eye because you put stuff in it, and well, it had cataracts in it anyway, so they probably can't see out of it even for that reason. But you put the other eye can, and it can see your big fat fingers kind of doing a bit of this and stuff. And the eyeballs, for those who are not aware, your eyeball is never dead still. Your eyeball actually kind of does a bit of this, and the reason it does that is a bit like a lot of animals and insects. Realistically, it only detects movement, so it has to move, otherwise the eye stops sending updates. So how many frames per second is your eye now doing, but I find that kind of interesting because obviously it makes you wonder, because it's part of the reasons why some of the optical illusions work the way they do is because your eyeballs are no longer sending or are misrepresenting because they have to move to do it. And it's how you can kind of look through your finger. If you've ever done that thing where you place something and it's got to be the right distance, but you can look behind it, and if you look through your finger just right, so I've got my finger like this in front of me and I'm looking at the sticks back here. If I do it right, now I have to concentrate and try and remember how you do this, but you look at the thing behind it and now your finger disappears. And part of that kind of reason is because your eyes are kind of concentrating there and the bit in between here, whatever, and so it makes it kind of invisible. And as I say, much as I'm squeamish about eyeballs, things like that I do find quite interesting because, well, it's a strange thing to have randomly, bear in mind, depending on whether you believe in the God created the world and all things in it, or whether you believe science did, someone came up with this idea and thought that this was the best way of doing it. And that we've not improved, so it's not like, we've evolved to only do this, or... So, despite all of evolution, we haven't improved on this. And there's a bit of you kind of going, really? This is the efficient way of doing it? That you constantly have, and then you wonder why you've got eye strain, And you're thinking, if my eyes had to vibrate to see things, I'm not surprised they get eye strain. What's you licking? Stop! Ah, you've made her ear wet. Poor Amy. Well, you've made this wet as well. This is sopping wet. Why is this sopping wet? How is this so wet? It feels like you've pissed on it. You haven't, because there's no water anywhere else. So you've only... You keep licking everything, you miserable hounds. Poor Amy. Stop licking. Yeah, and now you've just thrown up. Stop licking her ears. Poor little girl. Yes, you are. Poor little girl. No. Stupid Rory keeps licking your ears. Maybe I should spray her ears with anti-chew stuff. I got some for the post box because, well, we like eating the post box. And the anti-chew does work on the post box, but it's got to be fairly freshly squirted. It can't be, 2 or 3 hours ago. It's got to be in like the last half an hour or so. Because otherwise it's dried up. But you do hate it when I've done it. Because a couple of times, Mr. Posty's come like 10 minutes later and you've all but been foaming at the mouth like you've gone rabid. Because it's really, really horrible. Which is good, because that's what it should be. It's supposed to deter you from eating it. Wretched animals. Oh. Wretched, wretched animals. So, we'll see what mistakes Liz can make today. I'm going to move you all over to the side, for I feel this burning need to grab you two. This allows me to work down this edge here. In fact, let's do me some music. Some music. Let's see if we can. Let's hope they're not playing bloody love music shit today, because they weren't half up for some love music shit the other day. So let's see what we get. Some music. Turn the heart down. And let's go by. What do I fancy? You have 10 seconds to put in a genre. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Too late. Right. Greatest party songs. There we go. Ah, the obligatory every stream spam bot. You've come to die again. Pardon me. And Spambot is dead. Ooh, that friend felt like I hit a spider then. Ah, you're a whiny animal. You are. Hello. Hello, Mr. Paws. Hello. Why have you got a cold ear? Mm? You have a cold ear. And she's being gobby. Yes, she is. She's being gobby. Go bite her. It's a mix. I don't hate Taylor Swift, but you know, not exactly my top kind of thing to listen to. Hello, puppy. What is it with you two tonight? You being puppies? Thank you. I'm sure they appreciated that. It was a chewy one, wasn't it? I apologise for the manners of my dog. Sure you wouldn't like to spit on the mic as well? I mean, you know, turn round, have a fart as well for good measure. I mean, you know. Seriously, there's a sneeze. You haven't sneezed yet. I mean, you're going for a hat trick. I mean, lie down. Little noses. I'm trying to do stuff. I am. Yes, I know. But I am trying to do things. Yes. before we do this, let's do the last row of this, because it's screaming out for it to happen. So. You're being needy. You are. Yeah. Being a needy little boy. Sure. What's the matter? What's the matter, little man? What's the matter? Amy, you're not missing out here. You're not. You're not missing out. Little roses. No, you're not. You can lie there if you want, Rory. But standing there is just a little bit 20 shades of annoying. Yes. It is. It's my hand you tread on, woman. You did treads on me. I felt it. Yes. I mean, if I stood on your paw, you'd yelp. Actually, you two don't. Because I've trotted on you by mistake and you barely even noticed. Haven't you? Amy! You're destroying the place, animals. Come on, off you get. Ugh! start on the other side. Why do I feel like I have exerted a tad more than 2 inches worth of, say even 4 inches worth of thread at this point? Because that's all I've allowed. Missed. Come on, done. I saw you. You need to stop. Sneeze then and didn't. Oi! What is wrong with you two? Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. You swallowed dog hair. It's probably one of yours. You know that, right? Hello, miss. Now what? Hello. Little brown. Yes, you. Hello, little miss. Hello. Oh, big yawn. You tired? You tired from doing nothing all day? You tired from being an annoying bag of fur? Are you? How are you not on camera? That's impressive. There's a head. Okay. I was impressed how far your head had got into the pillow and no one could see you. It was impressive. Thank you, Rory. So you got an unsettled tummy? I gave him Bicky earlier, so he should be alright. It's not like he's got empty tummy. No, he hasn't. Might have empty brains, but not empty tummies. No. Eat. I've got the yawns now, puppets. Because you keep yawning at me. You know yawns are contagious, right? You've infected me with your yawniitis. You have. Your day of hard doing nothing and sleeping. Yes, I know, Rory. I know. Oh. He's a good boy. You are, mostly. Yes, you are. Hey, Mr. Potters. Oh, Amy. You are as subtle as a bull in a china shop. Mind you, both of you are. Yes. Neither of you have grace and manners. No, you don't. Don't look at me with that tone of fur. You don't. Otherwise, I'd be able to reach onto the camera, because I can't even reach that far around the dog. No. I literally... No, not a single finger. Can't make it. I can't do my thing. Makes Mummy happy to do thing. Does. Oh, good boy, Rory. Come on, lie down. Lie down one way or the other, but not in the way. Come on. Enough. Work down the edge a bit more. Dead thing. So I'm just rewinding this bobbin, and I'll be rewinding this one because look at the state of that. Of course, this is when it all knots up in a big gnarly pile of cack like this. Haven't we already had this one? Something's not right here. Hello. I'm okay. I'm doing alright for it considering it's a Monday and, you know, as always you turn up and work and discover all the things that went wrong over the weekend. So, yeah, I'm doing alright. How are you? So you're 9 hours ahead of me, so it's Tuesday where you are? Nah. I see. I have good friends in Australia. You have horrible things that are all trying to kill you, but there are some nice people. I mean, frankly, every plant and animal is trying to kill you over there, but the people are nice. Guess they have to be, because they've all got a shared common enemy, you know. I've seen some of the spiders and crap you have over there. Just no. I mean, to put it into perspective, I think we've got a few murder hornets now, but they don't murder people, just other wasps. We've got a couple of bad spiders that come in on import. And the most poisonous snake we've got is an adder. But you can probably get away without the antidote. It'll just be a bit annoying. You know? I come from the land of bland, right? I mean, Christ, even kangaroos and stuff want to kill you. So, you know, it's... I mean, to be fair, like most animals, they'll probably semi-leave you alone if you're not doing anything that annoys them. Yeah, you see, we don't really have snakes here. I mean, there are snakes, but I'm 53 and I've never actually seen one in the wild. That's how few snakes we've got, you know. For the most part, most of our wildlife will keep to itself. Well, not this week it ain't. But yeah, in general, it's not exactly snake friendly. But we live in a strange land. We whine a lot, but to be honest, we do live in the land of bland. I'm just going to tidy up some of these bobbins because but yeah, that's just, there are too many countries where stuff is just trying to constantly kill you, you know? Something that we Brits do not have to worry about. It's just like we don't have to really worry about the weather, you know? I mean, we whine a lot about it, but... And like now, I mean, it's kind of hot for us because our hot is, well, generally not. And we're not used to it, and the whole country is designed around it not being hot. So yeah, it's just kind of, it is kind of amusing how, you know, we don't really get tornadoes, tsunamis. I mean, we get droughts, but we're a fucking island surrounded by water. it's hard to believe that we can't put a couple of desalination plants in. I mean, but you know, we don't, and so we then whine about not having enough water, and God forbid. And one of the strange things that's kind of weird over here is that, despite being an island, so having arguably plenty of places to put wind turbines at sea and hydropower and solar panels and, you know, all of that kind of shit. I actually swear some of our electricity and gas prices are the most extortionate, even though we produce gas here, and we sell most of it to Europe to buy it back because we can buy it cheaper than we can sell it for. So we sell it, make a profit, and then buy back cheaper stuff. Um, and but we've got some of the highest prices. Petrol, for example. Oh dear God, petrol! Do not get the British started on the price of petrol. I mean, see if it will tell me. Yeah. Basically, the top three countries for fuel prices are Hong Kong, Norway, and us. You know, kind of says a lot, really, doesn't it? You know, a little pissing island who at one point kind of ruled the world almost, and now we have one of the highest prices. Yeah, it kind of says a lot, doesn't it? Um, and the worst thing is there doesn't seem to be a logical reason for it. It just is, you know. Um, and like everything, I can't speak for all British people, but I don't mind paying a fair price for stuff. I really don't. But, you know, when you listen to Americans, for example, moan about their, you know, 67 cents a litre or something, and you sit there working out that that's like 40p, and you're going, well, and at the time I did the calculation, you know, we were paying nearly £2 a litre, and you're kind of going, I'm sorry, you're paying for a gallon. Now, bear in mind, American gallons and British gallons are different sizes. But, you know, you're paying per gallon kind of what we're paying for a litre. And you've got like 4.5 litres to the gallon. I'm not even sure it's that much. Hang on, let's ask Google. How many litres to US gallon? That's not the question I asked, asshole. Okay, so a US gallon is 3.78. Ours is 4.51. So, you know, we can't compare gallon prices, but we're literally paying. I mean, it's cheaper now. I think it's about £1.45 or something. But you know, when we're paying almost per litre what they pay for a gallon of the stuff, or worse, and yet they're moaning about it. Now, I do appreciate they've got potentially a lot further to travel. But also, costs of some things, and I do mean it generally, some things, are a lot cheaper over there. Whereas over here, travelling by public transport, you need kind of like gold nuggets. It's I was looking the other day, not that I was intending to go because I don't live in either place and I don't know anyone in either place at the moment, but I think it was a train ticket from London to Manchester, which is generally a 3.5 hour drive, for example, and a shitty 3 hour drive at that, but that's not the point. The train journey was £150. I can fly to France for less than that, a lot less than that. It's just not the done thing here. You know, travelling is take your life in your hands and a year's worth of savings. It's no. If you want to go at a sociable hour, i.e. you don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, the slow train, i.e. the cheapest one, is cut for tomorrow morning is £80. And to be fair, it's probably the same in petrol. And bear in mind, by train it seems to take about as long as it would to drive it. The only difference being you can fall asleep without killing people, you know? Yeah, you are coming off. I can see it. There you go. And that's the difference. For some reason, it's not a lot cheaper to go by train. It's not a lot. It's certainly not a lot cheaper to fly. Actually, here you go. Yeah, it's about the same price to fly. Ooh! Welcome, everybody. Hello. Yes, welcome, welcome. Hello. I'm just trying to find my glue. There it is. Because my little doody fell off. So I probably should glue it on later, shouldn't I? Where can I put it? I won't lose it. There. There's a good place to put it. So yes, we were just discussing travelling prices here in the UK, which are enough to make grown men cry. So yeah, flying's no cheaper than driving, and trains are no cheaper than driving, and then they wonder why people clog the roads, because at least you get to go in your own time, stop if you want. This is true. What have you been up to today, dog wool owner? You're allowed to post links, by the way, if you wish. Well, that sounds interesting. No, I mean, to be fair, you say you don't have lots of major transportation in the US, but the cost of travelling is a lot cheaper than it is here in the UK. And this is what we were just talking about, is that, so for example, a litre of car fuel here is somewhere around about £1.45, I think. Let me quickly check. Because I haven't been out buying petrol for a little bit, so yeah, about that. So if £1.45 is what? Hang on. That's if I could type. So that's nearly $2 a litre at the moment. And as an example, I saw recently a train ticket from London to Manchester, which is from obviously London to Manchester, which is kind of just over halfway up the UK. It was £150. And we were just looking, and tomorrow morning, if you wanted to go tomorrow morning, from London to Manchester, that's £80 for a reasonable time of the morning. If you want to drive it, it will probably cost you about the same, and if you want to fly, it'll cost you about the same. We do not have cheap transport, and that doesn't include any form of you went on a toll road or found a bridge you had to go over or anything, right? Because we have some toll bridges, not many, but we have some. Looking at Nautic out here, because you know we used to have one to Wales. I don't know whether you still have to pay to get out of Wales. I think you do. No, it was pay to get in Wales, wasn't it, to prevent you from going in by mistake. But it was just, you know, it is one of those things, right? Is that for some reason here in the UK, despite being a small little island, we just are not organised when it comes to travelling and the like. And it's never really made a lot of sense. I do know, yes. That's why I'm being mean. Do you know if they've still got the pay bridge to get into Wales, or have they given up on that? You see, if you did 16 hours of driving here in the UK, well, I mean, given that, let's quickly work that out. So, $100, $100 to UK pounds is 75 quid. 75 quid is about the price of filling up my car, which is just around about 10 gallons, right? That would be lucky to get you for about a 5-hour drive. 5, 6 hours. Yeah, you'd probably do 5 or 6 hours and that'd be it for £100. No, I haven't been across the new Severn crossing, so I can't remember if they've stopped charging for it or not. I suppose Google will know. You see, you would never get two 15-gallon tank fills out of £75 in the UK. Not a hope. You wouldn't fill it once on £75. Does the Severn toll still charge? No, apparently in 2018, shows you how much me and Naughty Girl crossed the border between our worlds, they gave up on charging. Yeah. I mean, right, but you see, here's the other thing. But you see, here's the difference. Your gallons are 3.7 litres. Ours are 4.51. So when I say a 10-gallon tank, we're talking about 48 litres, right? So I have probably, in your terms, a 12, 13-gallon tank. So it is kind of one of those things is that yeah, we're paying £1.40 something. Well, it is, especially when we all use the same words for things. Well, yeah, there is that. But I mean, we all agree on a litre, so that's fine. But you see, if you're paying £2.20 a gallon, so for 3.7 litres, imagine what that's like when you're paying £1.45 for each of those litres. Okay? So, calculator time. 2.2 divided by 3.7. That's not what I asked you, computer. 2.2 divided by 3.7. Thank you. You're paying 59 pence a litre compared to our £1.45. Ours is nearly 2.5 to 3 times more expensive than yours. It is ridiculous. It is insanely expensive for, frankly, fuck all or nothing. Well, now you know why my car, around this time last year, I discovered my car had died. And when I say I discovered my car had died, I hadn't driven it for a while. And I needed to go to the hospital for a checkup. Well, it does feel like it, doesn't it? Right? And I know who you mean. But this is the thing. You're sitting there and it's like, for me, as I say, this time last year, roundabout, I discovered my car was dead because I went to go to the hospital for a checkup. Got in the car, nada. Not a sound. Now, I pretty much guessed that the battery was knackered. Whatever. But it was less than a year old, so I was pretty annoyed. So, come December, when my car was due for an MOT, I kind of didn't. Well, I wasn't driving it, so wasn't a problem. But when it came around to February, I did not know, and was slightly surprised, but while it makes sense, I'd never thought about it. I went to renew my car insurance because obviously it's worth some money, it's still here, it's still alive. I wanted to insure it in case some idiot set fire to it or, you know, dropped a skip on it or something. And my car insurance man went, you can't insure a car without an MOT. And I went, what? I thought, so all the cars that are sawn and all the rest of it haven't got an MOT. Okay. So they don't have insurance. That's interesting. Didn't know that. Anyway. So I got it an MOT and it had to go off on a little low loader. The man came. He was a douche. I have never seen someone so incapable of dragging a car out of a driveway. Dear God. First thing he did, knowing that the car had no battery, and he yanked the steering wheel, locked it, and then of course, because I don't have a key for my car, I've got a fob. You can put the fob in, but you now can't unlock the locked steering wheel without the battery. So then, of course, the wheels had locked, so now he couldn't turn it to point it in the right direction. But he also couldn't work out how to drag it at the right angle to get it on his low loader. It was kind of painful to watch. And he spent most of it on the phone, so I couldn't even help, right? And it was just kind of like, dude, you're wrecking everything. I'm surprised I don't have bald tyres, to be honest. Because, of course, the wheels had locked. So, I was a little bit mad at him. But it went away got fixed. It was the battery. I paid a small fortune. My car was returned to me. I haven't driven it yet. Well, considering his job is towing cars, he was a bit slow, shall we call it. Oh, I've got stuff. What have you done to this rag, dog? I just rubbed my glasses to clean them, and now they're dirtier than when I started. How? How's that a thing? But yeah, so my car got an MOT. It's all legal. I can drive it on the road, should I want to. But I haven't needed to. Well, in a couple of weeks, I need to go to the same appointment, because it's a yearly thing. And, well, it wouldn't surprise me if I go to get in my car and it's fucking dead again. So, Tesco's to you is the answer to that. We have a lovely system where Tesco's will bring my food to me, and the price of which is very acceptable. It works out something like £3 an order, but I do it once every 2 weeks. Well, it costs me more than £3 in fuel, so... And, of course, then there's the time of me going there, the potential for my car to get smacked by some donut in the car park, the frustrations of being stuck behind all the idiots, and then queuing up and all the rest of it. And so £3 seems quite a bargain, frankly, because, you know, I book it for, say, Saturday at 2 o'clock, and between 2 and 3, man will turn up in a van with my stuff. So, yeah, I'm a freaking hermit. Seriously, I might as well be a hermit. Which is, of course, why my lovely neighbours did the tip run for me. Yeah, I know that feeling. I do very, very much understand that one. Like all of these things, you kind of have to get to know it a bit. So, for example, there is no point me ordering fresh bread. Absolutely none. Because if you order it for a morning, they haven't made it yet. And if you order it for the afternoon, they've already sold out. So there's just no point ordering fresh bread. So I buy pot-baked bread, which I shove in my air fryer for 8 minutes. And then I have brand new, lovely... kind of freshly baked bread and shove food in it, and it's glorious. Works for me. So there are things that you can do and things that you can't do. Fresh vegetables are fine. Fresh meat is fine. But also, some of their substitutions, now occasionally, they don't usually have to do it, but some of their substitutions can be a little bit iffy. So, I don't eat green vegetables at all. Ever. They make me puke. Well, imagine the joy in my heart when, oh, we've had to sub one of your pizzas. Because I had a couple of pizzas. Okay. It had fucking broccoli on it. Of all the pizzas that they make, this is like the only one I don't eat. Okay, I don't eat spinach either. But well, my ex-husband has the same problem. My ex-husband is somewhat of a curry connoisseur, and I can't do spinach. But my ex-husband eats everything pretty much in the world except for macaroni cheese and cauliflower cheese. He likes pasta and cheese. He likes cheese. He likes pasta. He doesn't overly like cauliflower. So, chicken fowl. Yeah. But chicken fowl, which is basically nuclear radiated, kind of going to melt your face off curry and chicken, they repeatedly sub for him with cauliflower cheese or macaroni cheese, which he has never ordered in his life. And as you say, they do occasionally pick some questionable stuff. One Christmas, my Christmas order. Well, it is. One Christmas, my Christmas order, so I'd ordered like a chicken, because there's only me, there's no point of a turkey. So chicken, stuffing, potatoes, parsnips, carrots, gravy, you know, pigs in blankets, you know, all of that kind of stuff. They didn't send the stuffing. And you're like, I had one time where I'd ordered the chicken, but because it wasn't turkey, whereas you had to book your turkey in advance, you didn't book the chicken, so they'd run out. And it was like, so what am I eating for my Christmas dinner now then? Last year, they forgot my Coke. I drink a lot of Diet Coke. I drink kind of an unhealthy amount of Diet Coke. Well, last Christmas, they forgot all my Coke. They just forgot it. And it was Christmas Eve. Everything was now shut, kind of thing. And you're like, and so what am I drinking? Speaking of Coke, I'm nearly out. But it's kind of weird how, as you say, sometimes they don't half-pick weird stuff. You know, you order, like, I don't know, a sponge pudding and get sprouts. And you're like, well, I'm hardly having it for pudding, am I? You know, it's... You know, if you ordered jam, you would at least expect a jam-like thing. It may not be the same jam, so if you ask for raspberry, you might get strawberry or black currant or blackberry or blackberry and apple or something. But at least you'd expect a jam. You'd expect something really similar. But, yeah. They do like kind of... I swear it's almost the, we've got too much of this shit here. Bung that in and see what they say. Because if they eat it, that's one less we've got to worry about. You know? I'm sure there's some element of that. It's the same as we get to write pick notes. So if you want little potatoes or big potatoes or something, you can write on it, please pick the big ones. I did have one who actually took me up on my word, and I was pleased. Their idea of a big potato is not my idea of a big potato. I mean, let's put it this way. something about this size is not arguably a big baked potato in my mind, right? But it is apparently for some of the pickers. What, they 5-year-olds? I mean, hello, Amy. You know, when I said something the size of your head by preference, I meant it, you know? I want the did you feed it at Sellafield ones, you know? But never mind. So yeah, mainly the reason we are talking about things like delivery and stuff was, yet again, Amazon successfully delivered my parcel to not my house. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you where I live, but if I tell you that if you stood in front of my car, which is on my driveway, pretty much against my garage door, a 5-year-old child who is weak-willed and feeling a bit sick could still probably throw a tennis ball off my house, next door's house, and the only other house in the road. So we're not talking that the 3 houses that are in my road are exactly far apart, because, well, we're not. You know, there's no mile-long driveways, there's no meandering lane. You can literally stand there and have a conversation without leaving your house. Hello, we did in 2020, right? So for them to deliver to the wrong house when there's only 3 and all 3 of us have got a number on the outside, it's a skill. It is an acquired skill that is unwanted. It is not a blessing, for it is a curse. Because yesterday's parcel has yet to be found. Today's one, however, did get located. And I got a refund because they took a picture of someone else's door frame. And then the person of the door frame came and delivered me it. So here it is. In case you're curious, it is sets of tweezers to aid with small knots and fine threads. But, you know, and so I will not be contacting Amazon to tell them we found it because, well, A, I think it was £12.49, and B, you've still got missing 300 quid's worth of my shit, and you're not prepared to look at it until tomorrow, and so tomorrow will be interesting when I go, so, what exactly have you found out about what you did with my parcel? Because you said you handed it to a resident. Well, all of us were in, and it wasn't any of us, so I don't know where you were, what you did with it, and of course that was, you know, 3 days ago, so I doubt you remember, and because, you know, it's not like they don't deliver a lot of parcels, so are they really going to remember what they delivered and where they delivered it? Because, of course, it's all in an Amazon box, so it's not like, you know, hey, what did you do? You know, it's not like they're delivering cars and they got mixed up or something. You know, they can't even see what they're delivering, so I don't know. I am slightly mad because, of course, I wanted the stuff yesterday. Today's is a nice to have, you know. Isn't that always the way? Much like the, you know, delivery and the, oh, we'd run out of those. It's always the thing you needed, not the thing you kind of, oh, I really fancy that. Yeah, I'll buy me one of those as a treat. No, it's the essential, like, you know, washing up liquid or, you know, toilet roll or something. Oh, we don't have none of that. And so rather than subbering it with toilet roll, we thought you'd like socks. Well, I can wipe me butt on a sock, but it's not gonna kind of work as well, you know? we have poking out at the back. Look, if I scooch this forward, look, 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 we have poking out at the back. Is that really a harmonica? Sounds like a harmonica. It is a harmonica. I am so sad. Hello, little nose. Hello. What's wrong with you two? Oh, little sad face. I don't know if I can show you this. Hang on. It's going to move now, aren't you? No, he's a bit further over. Hang on. No, he's down. Just down here. And he's off the rotation. He's too far forward. You being a little sad face, being between my tables, trying to be all sad, which is why the table's twisting, because he's pushing it. There we go. Took it back. What's the matter, puppies? Why are you being so annoying? Hello, little puppy. You're not really little, are you? Either of you. Oh, no, I get both. Okay. Yes, I know. Oh, yes, you headbutt it, Rory. It's better now. So better. It's headbutting it better. What? Hello. You're being very needy this evening. You do this. And I was watching someone... Ow, Amy. I was watching someone stream yesterday, and their dog was kind of doing this. Which is climbing all over them, mauling them and trampling on them and being a pain in the butt. And I've come to the conclusion, in part, it's because you're talking and they're not used to it. Because obviously I live alone. So they associate you talking with people and doing stuff and exciting things. So they want to be involved. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when you talk and stream and stuff, they're all like, well, we must be missing out. No, you're not, dog. You absolutely are not. Promise you, you're not. We are almost at the 3-inch limit, but it's not 3 inches. There's no way that's 3 fucking inches. Yeah, there's no way this is 3 inches. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's near a... Oh, we still talk to them all the time. I still miss Charlie. Yeah, they you know, they know you're talking, and although I do occasionally talk to people as part of my job, I'm usually in a bit of a rant because something's gone wrong. But as you say, they think that you're talking to them, and if you're all excited or you're busy and you're not angry, well, it must be interesting. So we must be involved. It must be about us. No, dog. No. Are you digging up my cushions? Miss? Yes. Are you digging... No, don't try and be all sweet and cute and stuff. You were digging my cushions again. I can see you. I can. I can also hear you. Because that is why I only wear one earbud, is so that I can still hear things. Yes. Yes. It's my nose. It is my nose. It is my nose. It is. Oh, Amy. See? I promise. We will go and find more doggy snacks in a bit. We will. We will. Not now. I said in a bit. Were you listening? I guess the answer is no. In a bit. So let me finish this spider. And 1, 2. Don't you grumble at me, young lady. That's just rude. No, busy. Doing dog not things. This is not a dog thing. You know this is not a dog thing. We've been doing this nearly a year now. You should be getting used to it. You should. Because you're not stupid. You do a good impression of stupid, but you're not stupid. You're not a stupid dog. No, you're not. No, don't need your... That is not a paw rest, young lady. Get off. It's good to have you all here. Makes it worth it. appreciate you being here anyway, Naughty Cat. You should know that. Well, sometimes, as I said to you before, a number of times we do things like this, and it becomes like a virtual community in that we each could be doing each of our own crafts, whatever that may be, but we're doing it as a community, and it is inspiring to concentrate and do your own when others around you are doing the same thing. And to have someone that you can talk to should you want to, and you can press mute and turn the volume down if they're getting on your nerves, and then turn it back up again because, you passed over the bit that was going wrong or whatever. You have kind of control of your environment, but you're also part of an environment. And I enjoy that, even though I'm a hermit. I do enjoy knowing that there are other people out there doing some kind of crafty stuff, or who are remotely interested. I mean, I'm under no illusion that some of you have no idea and just come here to be part of it because you can, right? And people like Bailey probably have no real, and your good self, you have a casual, oh, that's kind of interesting, but it's not exactly your bag. And, you're not alone. There are other people who come. But it is for that community part. It is the like minds getting together, having a weird conversation while you do it, and setting some time aside to do some project work. And whether you're making lace, whether you're knitting, crochet, embroidery, cross stitch, woodworking, weaving, spinning, pottery making, gluing things together, making resin pools, whatever it is that you do as a craft, it's nice to think that there are people out there who are joining me in my time of work on my project to do some of their own. And I'm always interested to hear what you guys are working on, because while I do many crafts, currently I'm on a bit of a bender for my lace, this is true. But I make other things, I do other things, I'm interested in other things. My dad was a carpenter, so I'm kind of, I'm very kind of, I'm up on some of that. What, and some of the shit I've played hasn't? I mean, Christ, it scared me away. I mean, I draw the line at listening to Rick Astley, okay? But, I mean, we had Taylor Swift earlier, come on. That's weird enough. It's not my proudest moment, but it's what Amazon threw me, Whether you're into, you could be into, thrash metal or something. Yeah, whatever. To me, it shouldn't, the music is not the key part of it. The music's only there for when I'm not talking, right? So that it's not deadly silent. It's kind of it, really. Anyway, I am going to call it a night. We've done a fair bit, to be honest. I mean, there's a bit poking out the back. There's a pair of bobbins I didn't cross there. Mistake number one for sure, but to be honest, where it is not important. Naughty Cat streams on Facebook. Naughty Cat doesn't. It doesn't tend to tell me when he's streaming, but Naughty Cat streams on Facebook. Now, Nautical makes rope thingies, and I do mean thingies. He makes mats, and he's been doing some kettle handles, and he does all sorts of things with his rope stuff, hence thingies. It's a bit like lace making. Lace making generally makes flat things, right? His rope things make things, and his are usually very practical, and very, very interesting. For Celtic knots, a personal favourite thing in life, are very much a speciality of Nautical. So it is interesting to watch. It really is. Even though I probably will never have a go at it, it is interesting to watch. So yeah, wholly recommend finding Nautical on Facebook and following him. Oh, excuse me. Because yeah, it's interesting to watch, and obviously it's on a huge scale, whereas compared to this, because obviously he uses rope, so none of this tiny stupid little thread. That's a shame. Yeah, well. Excuse me, I've got terrible yawns, which must mean it's time, as it is 10 o'clock, to call it a night, to take a picture of my thing, as always. Hang on. Remove this, because that's in the way. Richard phone's done it again. My phone has a real thing about, you turn it so that it knows its landscape, and then just as you're taking the picture, it kind of goes, nah, and changes back again. So I'm just going to look and see if there's any blatant screw-ups. Because one of the things that most crafters will agree on, the quickest way to find your mistakes, post a picture on the internet. Because then all the mistakes go, hello, here I am, hello. Now you can leave URLs up. You can have your URLs up, I don't mind, you're allowed links here. The only time you're not allowed links is when it's, not safe for humanity links, when everyone looks at it and goes, Jesus Christ, then maybe I'll remove it, Okay, fair enough. I shall kill that then. Hang on then. There you go. It's just one of those things, right? It is one of those things. Oh, yawn. Excuse me. Yes, I know, Amy. I do. Okay. So, you were saying about your music, Nautical. This is hardly the heights of greatness here. Anyway, as I said, it is time to go, and I'm really sorry that if you are you've only just arrived or haven't been here. It's not the spiciness that worries me so much. Although it is kind of interesting sometimes because I'm so used to hearing the radio versions of things, which of course doesn't have any swearing in it. And occasionally you're going, is that really the words for that? Oh, okay. Because of course they replace them with other words or just skip bits occasionally. Which can be quite interesting. So yes. I do like the fact that Lady Gaga got them all to play a swear word and no one noticed. Congrats to her, to be honest, you know, well done. Which is kind of interesting. But yes, it is time to go. I will be back tomorrow evening, assuming death does not occur. Maybe I would have buried some dogs in the garden. Buried you up to your little noses and leave just the noses poking out. Yes. Definitely we need... You know that you can get like baby bouncers for toddlers that you hang from doorways and that they can't get anywhere but they can kind of bounce up and down? I need some for dogs. I do. I need to like attach you to doorways so you can just bounce up and down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do. Or stick you from the joists in the ceiling and have like one at each end of the room. Yeah, I do. I do. Slings with little portholes, that's what I need. That you can just kind of bounce up and down in and maybe swing backwards and forwards slightly if you time it right. Yes. I used to have a running machine, but so many dogs... I mean, I tried some dogs in the past on a running machine. I got rid of my running machine in the end because all it did was take up space and I wasn't using it. But, yeah, it was... Most dogs, a bit like kind of Hoovers and stuff, didn't like the sound. Although I have seen the running van where they all kind of realise that it's not a motorised one and they can run as all they like. Did you just say that? Did you say that live on Twitch? How rude. How rude. You did. I heard you. Young lady, where did you learn such words? I think the polite version of that was feed me bitch. I believe there were deeper, meaningful, more questionings of my heritage and otherwise inferred in those ground balls. Because we're hungry. I think that's most of it. Yes, you are. Rory's little face. The word hungry, aren't... Yes. Yes, we're hungry. Little faces are hungry. Is that what's wrong with you? You're hungry. Little face. No. You are. You are. I will. I will. I'm stopping now. I will come heed the hunger. I will. Mainly because I'm hungry too. But yes, I will be back tomorrow evening. Around about 21 hours time from now. Give or take a bit. I thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to have you all. Feel free to join our Discord, !Discord, to do so. So that you can post pictures and share things with the world. So we can see the things that you make and we can all go, wow, as inevitably crafty people do, because we are all generally a fairly supportive community, and anyone who's not will be shunned out of existence. So you're allowed to say that's not my choice of colour, but at the same time, we do not hate upon other people's work. Unless they ask you to, in which case, well, you know, that's a slightly different matter. But most of us who have put a lot of time and effort into something want to hear people go, wow, that looks really cool, even if it looks like baby baths. So you know, let's be supportive and all those kind of things. For I am no guru and perfection, as we've already proved. Mistakes are common. So, you know, we will be nice, and I need to find that bobbin that I've got to glue the thing to. She says, remembering that there was a bobbin to need to be gluing the thing to. And not remembering where in the universe that was. I've got a feeling it was this side. There it is. I see it. It's the last one on this one. Look, there it is. So I will now glue this before I forget, because that's definitely a thing in life. Yeah. It is very difficult. You know, I do appreciate that some people, some things don't look like a lot of work. But unless it's your bag, how do you know? Let's put you like that so that you don't. And I've just realised that I didn't clean the ball as much as I should have done. Oh well, I'll do it afterwards. You can sit like that and dry. It's all well and good to say to people, I mean, we've all seen it. People at craft fairs, they look at someone doing something and go, well, I could do that. Well, go on then, off and do it. You know, if you think it's so easy, feel free, love. Go on, bye. You're not bothering, I am. And this is kind of the conversation I was having with someone at work today. Is part of the difference between our department and a number of other departments is the difference of, well, we bothered, you didn't. So that's the difference. It's not that you can't do it. I mean, there is nothing here, unless you can't pick items up, for example. If you have no or poor use of your hands, yes, lace making would be very difficult. But if you are capable of picking things up, you could technically lace make. The difference is, you aren't. I am. Oh, most of you aren't, if you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. It is that thing, is the... It's not that we can't learn to do it. It's not that you couldn't potentially do it. Well, there is that. I mean, as you say, it is a bit difficult when I recognise that, you know. And you're kind of going... I mean, I've had someone do it to me with some documentation I wrote at work. When I joined the company I'm at 20 years ago, I spent a lot of time around until this time of year writing some very comprehensive documentation because it was just severely lacking. I haven't heard this for ages. And, well, the company who should have been doing the documentation got called into a meeting. Right, so how you doing? Okay, well, you've done that. Right, that's good. Where's your documentation? Oh, well, and the guy leading the meeting went, well, Liz has documented what she thinks she did. Oh, can we have that? Why? Well, we can start from there. I'm sorry, you did make your own notes, right? And the answer was no, they hadn't. So what did they do? They basically put their company's brand on it and then passed it off as theirs. They didn't change any of it. The reason I know, some of the screen prints were deliberate in that there were marks in them, and, you know, I deliberately left like a bit of a cursor pointer in the corner of a window. And all the screen prints were mine. All the wording was mine, including the bad grammar, the lack of spelling, the whole works. They passed their shit off as mine. And you're kind of going, yeah, I recognise that, thanks. No, I'm not going to read it because it's mine. I know what it says, thanks. Because I wrote it. And it says written by... Well, no, they didn't. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. For those of you in the UK and Europe, sleep well. For those of you who've got your day ahead of you, be good and enjoy your day. for those of you who are already in bed, you lucky devils, I shall hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye.